Hello everyone, I'm Sanjana. Me along with my friends Maanusri and Akhil are implementing the EleNa, elevation-based navigation, which is a web application that finds an optimal route between 2 points by taking not only distance but also elevation gain into consideration. EleNa would be used by runners, bikers, and hikers alike in order to find routes that range from an easy stroll to an intense workout. In our implementation, we focused developing a complete system, including a user-friendly UI and an effective algorithm. Next, my friend Manushri is going to explain the design implementation.
Coming to a project design, we have two parts in a project, the front end and the back end. So we are building our user interface using HTML and JavaScript. Through this interface, we first get input from the users like the source, the destination, the expected elevation gain type. Like, are they looking for the maximum elevation gain or the minimum elevation gain? And the limiting total distance between the 2 points, which is expressed as the X percentage of the shortest path. So once the user submits these details, a request is made to the backend. So the app server, which uses Python and Flask, receives this request. So this then invokes the map controller, which derives the latitude and longitude information, the map data and the elevation data using the map DB. So this will be used by the actual routing algorithm for the required optimization. So here the route controller is then invoked with these derived information, and based on the user's choice, if they require the maximum elevation or the minimum elevation, this uses a suitable optimization algorithm to return the best possible route. So in our case, it will be either Dijkstra or A star. So the checkpoints after the algorithm runs are passed along for further processing. So this best route metadata is then passed to the user interface, which renders the path or route on the map. This highlighted path can then be used by the user for their needs.
I'm now going to discuss the evaluation plan which we have in our mind on a very high level. Keeping our code flow in mind, we have already thought of various scenarios for which we are going to create the unit test cases. As mentioned here in below slide, we are going to just check whether if we get the shortest path accurately using the our A star algorithm, then we are also going to check the shortest path accurately using the Dijkstra algorithm. Similarly, we are also going to check if we are accurately getting the nearest path between the two nodes. Also, similarly, we are also going to cover other cases as it has been mentioned in the slide below. So these are just the initial unit test cases which we have thought of on the higher level, but we are going to add more as we keep on building our application. We are going to use the Python's unit test framework for creating the test cases. We also plan to do functional testing after completion of each stage of application, like after we finish the UI part or the backend part or the overall integration of our application. We have defined our task clearly on who is going to work on which part of the application. On the high level, front end implementation will be handled by Maanusri, while the backend implementation and the integration will be handled by Akhil and Sanjana. Also, the test cases for each stage will be handled by the respective team members. We have also created an outline plan for which we uh, intend to execute in the coming days. We intend to allocate 15 days for UI implementation and testing the UI. And then we are going to allocate 4 weeks for backend implementation and the integration part. The unit tests will be created as we keep on the building individual components of the applications. Then, after we are done with building our initial application, then we plan to do the functional testing and fixing of bugs for 1 week. The timelines may vary, but this is the plan we have our mind on the high level.